Welcome to Sunrise Life, the podcast where we have deep conversations with fellow freelance models. And today I have Laetitia Chanel on the line, and we are going to talk about marketing. Say hello.
Hello, thank you for having me again on your podcast. It's a pleasure to be back and love listening to all the other ones you had in between with the other models. It was really inspiring.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah. For those listening, Laetitia was on the podcast. I think that was last year, right? Was that last year?
Yeah, it was exactly in August last year, I think.
Wow. Yeah. So Laetitia is model, artist, international traveler, you dance. Tell me a little bit more about yourself for the people who haven't heard your first episode.
So yeah, a bit of background story. I started my artist career as a ballet dancer, professional ballet dancer. Started at age 9 in Paris. I am French. Danced all over Europe in international ballet companies. And after that, I got a bit mad of the ballet world for various reasons. And I changed my career to aerial and ground acrobatics. So I have traveled to over 80 countries as a freelance acrobat with aerial silks and hoops, and as a duo with my ex-boyfriend, acrobatics. And as I finished my life as an artist, I actually started modeling and photography. So I overlapped for about 2 years and started art photography, and I actually started straight away with nude photography, which is usually not a thing, but that's how I got introduced to photography. Yeah, doing that now since 2018. I'm loving it, traveling the world now full time for 6 years. So yeah.
That's amazing. You said that you started ballet when you were 9 and then you crossed over into freelance aerial silks and acrobatics. I'm so curious about that world. Like, how does freelance acrobatics and aerial silks work as far as like getting jobs without having an agent?
Oh, well, right. In the past, it was really difficult. You needed agents to get into shows because they used to be exclusive agents that would book artists. Right now, with the internet, with YouTube, those agents are not anymore so active because it's really hard to be exclusive, where now the artist can find direct contacts to the shows.
Wow.
Yeah, but mostly the way to be found in this world, in the circus world, artistic world, to apply to international circus competitions and to be chosen, which is the hardest part. And then once you're there, usually the jury members are directors of big shows, and that's where they are like casting artists to, yeah.
So there's more of a process involved in getting booked as a performer for one of those gigs than there is for like a lot of the photo shoots that freelance models do, which means that it probably requires a lot more like insider knowledge about the industry to get work like that.
Yes, you need to know. And also in the circus world, it's very family based. So it's, the brother, the sister, the cousin of different families. So there's a lot of you need to know a lot of insider stories to know who is linked with who in which way. And yeah,
Wow, yeah, it sounds like a very tight-knit community.
it is.
That's cool. So I'd like to hear more about like your personal experience with marketing, as this episode is intended to be like educational, informational, deep dive on marketing for freelance models. I'm pretty sure that like some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about will also apply to other people that are like running an online business or any kind of creative business. What do you think about that?
Yes, I think what I have prepared to talk about is going to help pretty much anybody which is right now in social media marketing. Yes, it's gonna be random, but we're gonna specialize it also for photography and models.
Cool. Awesome. So you've built a six-figure modeling career.
Yes, actually, it started really, really, really quickly for me when I started modeling. The first year or first, like I said, first 2 years, I did it just partly because I was still performing 5 shows a week. So I was only modeling my days off, the true days.
Wow.
But once I started like full on, I did manage to make a six-figure business out of it, like from the first year, like really quickly, with the help of mostly at the moment. Instagram was my main hub and always is, but of course, other had like Facebook, Twitter, used to be X. Now, in that time, there were not as many platforms. So it was mainly those three. And with those three, I really managed to get fully booked all year long just by publishing photos and being very responsive to my followers. So really building a relationship with each person that started to following me. I started a conversation by replying to all my messages, by anybody which were like interacting with me, that will interact back. And I really built up a really strong community of fans and photographers, which converted into paid shoots and paid fans too.
That's amazing. So I know that like we have a structure and I have so many questions about like different platforms, but I'll save them for later on in our conversation when we intend to dive more specifically into all of that. But I did want to ask, since you've done a lot of real life experience learning marketing, has any of that been enhanced by like reading other books from marketing professionals, or is it really just like learning from experience?
I did on the way. I did it to gate myself. Like I did a whole Google course about social media marketing. Yes, I have to say, I mean, you have to be on top of social media marketing. You have to update yourself every day because there are daily changes to the algorithm, to platforms, to features. So it's a constant learning. It's not something you just like learn once and you're done because those platforms are constantly changing. Even like just last month, Instagram did 6 new updates to the platform.
Yeah.
So yes, you just have to be constantly on the go with listening what's happening and with adapting
Yeah.
with what's going on with the marketing. And of course with AI, everything has changed drastically. Everything is changing quickly, very, very quickly. And you need to adapt to be able to be visible online.
Yeah. As you're mentioning it, I'm thinking again about how I need to dive into those new features that Instagram has laid out because I've seen that they've come up with new stuff and I'm like, oh, here's another thing that I have to learn about. And I kind of
Mhm.
procrastinate on it. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, not all tools are always like useful but some of them they do help with Instagram. Always like when you are using the new tools, they will push your stuff if you're using them.
That's good
And
to know.
yes, you have to try to use them just to please them. And
Sweet. Well, before we get into like the specifics of like how to use all of the amazing tools on the internet that exist, I'd like to go into why it's important to learn marketing for modeling, photography, etc.
well, I think it's really important to look at it as a business and not just as a leisure of, oh, here we go, I am posting a photo. What's the reason why you are posting that photo? Is it an ego based action or is it something a bit deeper with a purpose? Of course, not everybody is on the same page when it comes to modeling. You can do that as a side hustle, you can do that as a hobby, and you can do that professionally full time. But I mean, if you're posting your photo, there has to be some kind of reason behind, right?
Yeah.
And why waste your time on social media if you don't really have a purpose to of posting that photo? So this is my like but marketing is extremely important for models. Like, you can be beautiful, you can be talented, have amazing poses, but as long as people don't know you and don't see you, it's like if you stay closed in your home, like nobody knows about you.
Yeah, exactly. So as you're talking about that, it's making me think of like what strategy I might have for my own marketing when I'm posting like photos and videos. And admittedly, I would say that I don't really have like a written out schedule. I just kind of look at my page and I'm like, I haven't posted a behind the scenes clip in a long time, and maybe it's time for one of those. Or I haven't posted a flyer that has my tour dates on it in a long time. Maybe it's time for. So I try to mix up the type of posts that I share so that it's not just like a bunch of single images next to each other. As far as, like, running my social media as a business with that in mind, what would your feedback be to that style of posting?
Well, what's recommended by Instagram is to shuffle the post in a way to have single post photos, to have carousels, and to have reels, and to mix that up everything during the week. So let's say if you're posting 5 times a week, then to post 2 carousel, 2 reels, and 1 still photo.
Yeah.
That would be that would be like the ideal way of doing it. Of course, after you have to tailor it to your own content. You know better the content you have available and how you want to promote yourself. But having a mix of everything, you're basically touching on all 3 algorithms because they are different algorithms for reels, for carousels, and for single posts. So, yes.
So my strategy is kind of doing it right then by mixing it up.
Yes.
Cool. I feel good about that. So we mentioned in this, like, outline that we have laid out for people that if you lose your account, you lose your audience. I'd like to expand on that.
Exactly. Well, I guess by now we've probably all lost our account once.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, right? And of course, having backup accounts is a must. If you don't have one, go and do open one right now because they love closing accounts. But besides that, having followers is great. Having engagement is great. Comments, likes, shares. But at the end of the day, you do not own your social media audience as long as you have at least the email address of your followers. So you don't have a business without an email list. This is the truth. Because if your account gets lost and never reopened, I had a couple accounts like that. You are losing all those people and you have no way of getting in touch with them.
Mm.
Yeah. So the goal in if you're really treating your modeling business as a business is to collect as many email addresses as possible and then use email marketing as part of your marketing and not only social media marketing.
Have you lost your main modeling account before on Instagram?
Yes, I lost it twice.
And then how did you get it back, if you don't mind me asking?
I know somebody that can help.
That's good. I've lost my account 16 times.
Oh my.
Same account.
Yeah, last month they closed me. I have 3 modeling accounts and I have other accounts like fitness and different things. They've closed me all my accounts, like 6 accounts in
Wow.
1 minute. Everything was gone.
What? Did you have like a hater or something like that? Jeez.
No, I found out after that because none of my accounts are verified because I decided that I will not pay to Meta to be verified. They wanted me to they wanted to get my attention and they wanted me to fill up a form to give more data about myself and to prove my identity. So they closed all my accounts until I didn't fill up that form. Then they reactivated everything.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Terrible.
So yeah, coming back, get the emails from your followers and your photo, and mostly from your photographers. I think for photographers, I only ask for 2. You want an email and you want a phone number because you never know. right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, actually, I was just going over some of my like tours this morning, thinking like, oh, I need to start booking for Houston or whatever, and looking at people's Instagram pages that I worked with on my last trip a few years ago. A lot of people's accounts have been shut down. And if I didn't write down their email address or their phone number, I can't contact them at all if I can't find where else they are on the internet. So even if, like, you don't lose your account, like, the people that have hired you in the past might lose their account.
That's right. It happened to me many times. Like you go to the shoot and you think, oh, I'm gonna text, like I am on my way, and then oh, his account got shut down. I can't text.
Wow. It is baffling to me how important Instagram specifically is, and at the same time, how volatile it is and how likely we all are to get deplatformed.
Right. But also, it's been shown and by many studies of social media marketing and online marketing that email is the way to
Yeah.
convert people. It is the strongest form to build connection and to convert people to buy things. So if your long-term plan is to have long-term clients,
Mhm.
long-term fans, long-term, and if you want to sell after products like calendars, books,
Yeah.
or you want your fans, your followers to be converted into paid fans,
Mhm.
the best way is through email marketing.
It's good knowledge. So, admittedly, I do have an email list. And I struggle to grow it. Like, it has, like, kind of plateaued at a certain amount of people, and then I'm I'm finding that, like, I'll post on my story, like, right before I'm about to share my next newsletter, like, "Hey, the next newsletter is coming out. I'm sending out secret stuff or discounts, like, you make sure that you're getting the email, like, open this link." But still every month it feels like I either lose people or I only gain like one or two. Like, do you have any like tips or advice for people on what a good way to grow your email list is?
I would say first, don't be scared to lose people because it's mean that they're not interested in your offer. So I know it's always frustrating to see people unsubscribing, but actually it's a good thing because overall, if those people are not opening, you are losing your opening rate. Your opening rate is falling, and then your click rate is falling, and this is damaging the quality of your list. So, and this counts in the delivery of the future emails. So when people are unsubscribing, it's actually a good thing for you because you're going to get a better open rate and better click rate. Yes, don't get sad. It's all good. After well, the trick to get new people, I think, is just to be really consistent. Like don't just show up once per month before you send your monthly newsletter and say, "Hey, subscribe," because the chance to have actually people seeing that story is very little. What I do to have like as much as possible is on I share just my website, and my website has a pop-up newsletter, yeah, like a pop-up when you open it, and people can just subscribe if they feel like it. And I share the link to my website pretty much like everywhere, anywhere, on every post I do, where the link is clickable. So Facebook, Blue Sky is clickable, X is clickable, and of course my Telegram channel. But usually the people which are on my Telegram channel are already on my email list. But yeah, anywhere where it can be clickable, just slide it there, and eventually people click. Like they just have to be just giving it more often
Mhm.
will help with the growth of your newsletter. And another really, really good trick is to, let's say we could do that. We could exchange newsletter in a way like I write a newsletter about you, you write a newsletter about me, and we kind of exchange the I suggest my subscribers to subscribe to yours and vice versa. This is a great way when you know that you have a follow person that has a similar audience. to grow a list. You share a list in a way with of course not a pushy newsletter with like just suggesting you may like. Yeah.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. I've never heard of anybody suggesting doing shout outs for other people's newsletters.
It's very common in email marketing in the business world. It's how they grow lists.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's amazing. I'm gonna get on that. I'm learning so wow.
Yeah, if you know of other people that have another, let's say, list with photographers, with fans, with people which are interested in this type of topics. Mm.
Cool. I'd like to talk a little more about personal branding and like how it's possible for any individual, like freelance model, photographer, whoever, to stand out in a saturated field.
Yeah, I guess you need to you need to think what differentiates you from the others
Hmm.
and pull that out on your portfolio. If you know, like you have those amazing red hair, or you have those striking blue eyes, or you have skills like amazing flexibility, or you are like super tall, or you have this one thing which you stand out with,
Hmm.
then use it to your advantage, because this is the only way to be the reason why, let's say, photographer will book you. Like, why would you be chosen when there are now thousands of girls on the market, let's say, doing boudoir, let's say. It's just, yeah, find your uniqueness in in your personality. Maybe you're like really smiley, or you're really funny, or it has to be something about you that is so special and unique that makes you stand out.
And then feature that across all of
And
your
feature that.
posts.
Exactly. Of course, your branding is not just your look, it's also your words, the way you communicate, your captions, the music you use in your stories, which express your personality.
Mhm.
It's a combination of many things. It's also, I find it's also the color palettes for those. There's so many aspects to branding. Like, you have this, like when you first time open an Instagram account and you have that first look, like you scroll like 2-3 seconds through a wall, and you're understanding the person already vibe.
Mhm.
Well, that's branding. Like that's the what do you what do people perceive of you in those first 3 seconds when they scroll your account?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's super important, but I'm at the same time conflicted and curious what you have to say about like what about models who like want to display themselves like a chameleon? Like I can do pinup, I can do avant-garde, I can do fine art, I can do glamour. Like it's so hard to think about how you want to come up with your vibe online because you don't want to pigeonhole yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can have an extended portfolio, but it has to be at the end of the day, you are the link between all those looks, right? You can be versatile as a model, which is great to be, should be, but you are the link, you are the uniqueness in all those looks,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, it's a deep work, branding.
It
It's
is.
hard to just do it now in just a couple of minutes like that on a podcast.
Yeah, totally.
But it's a deep work that is an important one, especially I think for models. It's extremely important because it it gives a first opinion about yourself, like without saying anything, right? Like people scroll and they already perceive something of you. They have like a first thought about who you are without even meeting you, without hearing anything about you. So it's something which should not be taken lightly. Like for me, my wall is my portfolio.
Mhm.
If you want to be taken like professionally and in a business way, I think your wall is your portfolio. Your stories is your life. But don't post your life on your wall.
Okay, that's good advice.
That's not what photographers want to see if they want to book you.
Yeah. I do have a personal story about like my struggle with my branding and modeling and like kind of figuring out like how I wanted to like be in this freelance modeling world. Because when I first started, I was just like screwing around. Like I didn't even think that this was going to become a career. And then it eventually somehow magically did. And then was just booking shoots. And even after like 6 years of my beginning of modeling, I was just kind of flip flopping around. I still didn't really have an idea of like what kind of model I wanted to be. And I ended up getting lots of glamour photographers that wanted to shoot like kind of tacky concepts that I was like, not really my vibe because, in high school I was a goth kid. Then as a model, all these photographers wanted me like dressing like a cheerleader, which was like the opposite of my personality. But I ended up getting pigeonholed into this glamour look for a long time earlier in my career. And it got to a point where fine art photographers were telling me, "Oh, I don't want to work with you because you obviously don't do my kind of work." And I was so upset. And that's when I learned that like I can't just be posting work that anybody shoots of me, because if it's not like the kind of work that I want to attract in the future, like what I was posting was what I was getting more of that kind of work. And so I
Exactly.
kind of learned the hard way that like just because you're getting a lot of work in a certain genre doesn't mean that that's your calling if it doesn't like resonate with you.
Exactly. Yes. All right. Like you're gonna get the job offers according to what you're publishing, and I tested that on myself too,
Yeah.
because I had a moment where I don't know, I had this phase where everybody was booking me for studio shoots with the white box. Yeah,
Okay.
those type of very sculptural nude art shoots, which I loved and enjoyed until a certain point where I was like, okay, I'd like to do something else a bit. But I caught myself that in that time I was publishing a lot of that. And what I just did is I stopped publishing those photos, and it worked. Nobody anymore was asking for boxes. Yes. It's as simple as that. And the same, I had the same story now with when I had my hip surgery, where my surgeon said, well, now you cannot jump anymore. And I used to have a lot of photos with me jumping. So what I did, I just basically cleaned up my portfolio and removed all my jump photos. And here you go. I don't get any more requests to jump.
Yeah, because people see a photo and then they're like, "Oh, I want to shoot that."
I want that. Yeah, exactly. It's like going to a shop. You see apples, you buy apples. If there's no apples, you don't take that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. When I think of it that way, it makes total sense. But at the time when I was like, going through that phase where I was like only posting this sort of work because that was the work that I was getting, I didn't really understand that. But like once I kind of figured it out like over the years, it just became really obvious. So really glad that we're doing this deep dive for the people that are out there that are just still kind of finding their groove and like not understanding why they're not getting the work that they want, because you're right. It's like this is your storefront and this is
Exactly.
the kind of stuff that you want to do. And
And I will say if you don't have what you wish to get, like find a photographer you love and do a TFP shoot with that photographer, create that photo or that set and have it. And then hopefully you'll just get more of those looks. But and you may get booked with those looks.
yeah, right. It makes total sense. Makes total sense. I want to take a short little break to tell you about Model Society. ModelSociety.com is a website dedicated to featuring figurative fine art photography for models and photographers. What makes them different than other portfolio hosting websites is that some of those other websites will still host kind of tacky photography or exploitative photos. Model Society screens all of their contributors for quality and authenticity. So you only get the best of the best on there. If you're not a photographer or model, you can still enjoy and appreciate Model Society because they also have newsletters and magazines featuring their best work and new articles each week. Check it out, modelsociety.com. I will also include a link to Model Society in the show notes. All right, now back to our show. All right, let's move on to what kind of mindset is needed in order to like have successful marketing.
First of all, you need to be kind of authentic in your marketing, right? If you're not authentic, people are going to feel it. And as a model, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't feel like you're valuable and you have anything to bring and you don't have the self-confidence, people are going to feel that. And this comes not only like not being confident maybe about your posing or not confident about your pricing, all of that people feel. And you need to just do a deep work on yourself about mindset and believing that you are worth it, you're worth the money you ask for, and that you are enough valuable to be paid for what you want to offer. So yeah, believing in yourself is a big thing in modeling. Of course, we are women and we are all struggling with self-confidence and in our bodies and how we look. And that's, I feel like photography helped me through those struggles too.
Yeah.
I think you're feeling more confident with yourself when you start seeing good photos and good work.
Yeah.
So
For me, it was definitely a journey believing in myself. And I had to go through a lot of like personal battles and like, hit a rock bottom before I learned that like becoming a full-time freelance model was actually a possibility. But one thing that really helped me was finding out that so many other people were very similar to me and was doing this full time and then becoming friends with them over the internet or meeting them in person. That really helped my confidence.
yeah, definitely we are all in the same bag, right? We all go through the same struggles. But yeah, doing a bit of self-reflection, journaling, meditation about self-belief is always beneficial for any part of your life, I guess.
I agree.
Not just a modeling.
I agree. And doing a shoot in general, like if I haven't done a shoot in a few weeks, I might start feeling like, oh man, do I still got it? But I think keeping up, like shooting frequently does maintain my confidence in like my value or my talent as a model.
Yeah, of course, when you're getting booked, you feel more confident that you are wanted and that you are on the market and still there.
Yeah. No, you did mention journaling a moment ago, and for a second I kind of skipped over it, but I do want to go back into that because I do journal, and I've kind of gone back and forth on this. There are a lot of people that I've interviewed on the podcast who struggle with anxiety or imposter syndrome, and I just want to say, like, journaling has helped me get through like periods of like anxiety and depression. And the reason it works, from what I've learned from a scientific standpoint, is that if you just journal for a page in the morning, the act of physically writing down your thoughts, makes your thoughts become into a physical form by being written on paper. And the act of doing that gives them value. So you're subconsciously telling yourself every day that your thoughts matter, which over time helps build self-confidence. And so I'm glad that you brought journaling up because I do think it's very helpful.
I know every morning and evenings.
And in the evening.
Yeah, I have like a special gratitude journal where it's kind of like pre-written, like they are like little lines and then you have to write like 3 things you're grateful for in the morning and you have to try to don't repeat yourself every day. And 3 goals that you have for the day. And then in the evening, you like reflect on your day and you write 3 things you were grateful for what happened during the day. And then anything you've learned. So there's like, it's like a 1 page thing and it takes, a couple minutes in the morning and in the evening. And it really helps to, as start with a grateful mind is already a positive start of the day. So,
Yeah. Right.
and and grateful when before you go to sleep, or so you finish like with peaceful thoughts, not with like
That's amazing.
a bad message on Instagram or an email that you up.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it. I mean, like, the journaling and the gratitude lists, they sound, like, so ridiculously simple, and I think that that's why a lot of people don't wanna do them. They're like, "Oh, that's so easy. I'm not gonna do it." But, like, the act of doing it actually does help for anybody
It
listening.
does. It does.
And honestly, like, I've talked to a lot of people and people that started modeling and then stopped after a couple of years, and a lot of the things that I've learned make people stop or go on a long hiatus is issues with like people in their life where other people in their life might be telling them, "Oh, you better get a real job," or like, "What are you even doing?" And like those negative messages from people who don't understand your passion could possibly like harm your success if your mindset is weak.
It's not strong enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about manifesting the sale.
Yeah, that's part of it. Like, for example, like saying, you know, I'm going to get 5 shoot books today and writing it down. As simple as that. That's manifesting self. Putting the energy into it. Already like setting up your mind that you are going to get those 5 book shoot today. And when you're approaching people, you're already approaching with a positive mindset that it's going to happen.
Mhm.
Not like with a negative mindset, like you're right, I'm going to write that photographer. He's not going to even tell me. He's not going to answer, or he's not going to even want to pay me. So, yeah, that's not the mindset to go and start messaging people, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. If you're coming at it with the idea that it's not gonna work out, it's going to reflect in the results. For sure.
Exactly. So don't write if you are in that mindset.
Yeah.
Wait another day where you feel better.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad we're talking about this because like each step is kind of building upon the last one because if you're in a low mood and you're like, "Oh, I gotta book shoots, but I'm in a bad mood," but like you could be in a bad mood maybe because you haven't been taking care of your mental health. And then, I'm not going to say that like mental health is like cookie cutter for everybody because I know that some people have like, severe anxiety, depression, and all of that, which I'm not qualified to like discuss, but I know that there is help out there. And I have interviewed models who have like severe anxiety disorders who have found a way to like make this work for them. So if it works, just reach out.
Yeah, and I think also like a way to get more confidence is just taking every day very small action. Because just let's say reaching out 5 photographers per day,
Mhm.
it just adds up during the year. Like if you really do it every day, it's 1,825 photographs.
Wow.
So those small consistent action, they can really help to grow your business, and they will help you grow your confidence, because as people are going to write you back with positive answers, you're going to be like, okay, I can do that. Like people want me, people want to book me, and then the business grows and moves forward. So small daily actions
Wow.
can go a long way.
Yeah, no, and when you break it down into small steps like that, it just makes it sounds so much easier to do when it's just reaching out to 5 different people each day rather than, okay, I've got 4 hours and I need to fill out all of my tours for the next 3 months in the next 4 hours. Well, that's overwhelming.
Very, very overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah. And then I have this current story speaking about like confidence, and also we were speaking about how people perceive you with your personal branding. I had this weird account and like last week. I went live on Instagram to celebrate that I had a book launch like 2 months ago. And yeah, my new book, it's called Unseen. And I was just celebrating that on a live, like just thanking people that already got the book and just explaining to the others what they are missing. Yeah. And I went live maybe for 10 minutes. And then I finished the live and then I had a fan writing to me and telling me, well, you're actually like a really nice person. I'm like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, I listened to your live and you seem so fun and so cute and I like your voice. It's so, but that's not the perception I had of you when I looked at your photo. I thought that you were like a mean and rude person.
Why?
Yeah, I was like, why? What makes you say that? Like, well, your photos, you look so well posed and so like balletic and so strict. Like it makes you look like you're rude. I was like, okay, well, and that's coming back to using all the features of Instagram, going live and actually like talking for real or talking for real in your stories can uh, show your personality because people can perceive whatever they want from your photos when you're not like actually in video.
Mhm.
They will not understand your personality until like you're actually on video for real, like a live or video story. So this is something which is quite important, I think, to incorporate in the marketing.
Yeah.
Is like a real aspect of yourself, like not just edited photos from photographers.
Yeah.
Have a bit of you talking in your stories. It just really like people connect with that.
Yeah, no, that's important. And as you were telling that story, I was thinking to myself, well, if that guy thought that you might be rude just because of like how poised all your photos are, maybe that's a problem with him, not a problem with you. However, in marketing and sales, there's a phrase that's the customer is always right, right? So if it's the impression that they're getting, it might not be that you actually are rude, but if their perception is that, then to them it's true. So, wow.
Exactly.
Huh. So, by the way, tell me more about the book.
Oh yeah, the book. So it calls Unseen because all the photos that are featured in that book are have never been published anywhere.
Oh.
So it's a collection of 209 photos by 56 international photographers. And yeah, it's a 248 pages book, black and white and color, mainly nude art. And I have tried to assemble as many gender of photography as possible, as many as I have done. So it goes from, it has studio photography, it has outdoors, it has location, it has light painting, it has all kind body painting, whatever, like you name it, gels, black and whites, water. I think every kind of genders are possible there in that book. So it's for photo lovers.
That can be
Doing CG. Yes, it's on my own website at the moment and it's already been shipped to 20 countries around the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. It's already going worldwide. Spreading the art is the goal and getting people out of their phones and actually enjoying photography, on paper and touching something for real, not just touching a screen. This was my goal. That's why I print. That's why I'm being maybe a bit old fashioned, but I feel the need of printing photos. I have enough of digital.
That's good though. It's becoming a lost art, and it's sad when people are just looking at art on their phone screens. It's such a small screen.
And when people ask, do you have the book available as a PDF? The answer is no. For that reason.
Yeah, it's intended to be printed.
Exactly.
Okay,
If you want digital, you can go on Instagram.
perfect. Let's take some time to go into some practical tips on marketing, like specifically with various platforms.
So yeah, number one, going live to show your personality.
Okay. I should do that more.
Yes, actually, I can't go live for 1 year now. They blocked me.
I was recently blocked for a whole year for going live on Instagram as well because of a meme that I shared. And it wasn't like for nudity or anything. It was just like a sarcastic meme that had like, yeah. Anyway, it was apparently
But
offensive.
if you can go live, go live. Because one very important part of marketing is actually educating your audience on how to support your publications, your posts. So actually, it's not rude to ask for shares or saves or repost now, the new feature, the repost feature. I add it very often in my caption, like if you love that photo, don't forget to share it, save it, repost it. People just don't like, they forget, that maybe like it and move on. But all those extra shares, extra saves, and extra reposts, they do help to get more reach with your post. So
The re
educating your audience.
repost, that's one of the very new Instagram features that just came out, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of people listening haven't heard of that, but I think that one has an icon below your post that has like two arrows that are kind of swirling around in a circle. Is that right?
That's the one, yes.
Yeah.
So if you like someone's post, now you can click on that repost button, and now there is a new how to call that area where this photo is not going to be shared on your wall. So it's not affecting the look of your wall when you are reposting. It's going in a separate tab, and then your followers can go in that tab and can see all the the repost you've done.
So you can like boost your friends' work and they can boost you.
Exactly. And it's not going on your wall. It's going on a separate tab. So why not? And it's actually going to show to all your followers. It's like if you posted that. Like it's not like you posted that. It still shows the original
Uh-huh.
person that posted it. But you by reposting it, you are giving the reach to your people to that post.
Nice. And
Yeah, it's a really nice new feature. Sometimes, let's say, for photographers now is posting me, and I didn't really feel like posting that on my wall, but I don't mind resharing it. Why not? I repost it. My people get to see it, but then the photo is on the different tab. It's not affecting my wall, but then you help him a bit with reach. So it's a cool way. It's a better way, I think, than collaboration in a way when you don't really want that photo on your wall.
I have a question. I have a question about this because a lot of photographers post photos of me and they want to add me as a collaborator, but the photo is like too much nudity and it would get my account shut down. If I repost it and it's not on my wall, but I reposted it and it's like an implied nude and like
You don't get in trouble. You would not get in trouble because he posted it. That's a cool way of, yeah.
wow, I'm gonna start doing this. This is good.
Yeah, and then they feel like you're helping because you're also like showing it to your audience, right? But you don't take the responsibility of posting a nude photo and maybe losing your account
Yeah.
when you do a collaboration.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. This is amazing because the amount of collaboration offers that I get from posts that would definitely get my account shut down again. It happens like almost every day. And I'm always feeling bad that I can't accept these. But this gives me a way to still boost that photo and like, at least reciprocate with that photographer in some kind of way that doesn't compromise my account.
Exactly.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, that's a cool new feature. Another one which is really good for marketing, if you have the option, not everybody gets the option, is the broadcast channel. It helps to have like your closer fans in one place and like that. When you have important things to share, and you can then talk to them there, and you are kind of 100% sure that they will open it and see it and know about it. It's also a great way once you did a post, instead of posting your post in your stories and tell people new post. This is actually really bad for story algorithm because you make people exit your stories. Exiting story is the worst thing you can do for stories, because the goal of stories is to like watch the next and the next and the next. So when you have a broadcast channel, then it's better to share your new post into your broadcast channel and tell your closer people, hey, I did a new post, go and engage with it. This way you're not affecting your story algorithm.
So
Otherwise, people exiting the story.
you said that not everybody has access to the broadcast channel. Like, what accounts might have access to that?
It's very random. There is not a minimum number of followers, or it's by, I think it's by kind of engagement. Like if they see that you kind of have you engage a lot in DMs, you have a lot of comments, like they see that you are like really active with as a community and in your account, then they give you the opportunity to have the channel.
Okay.
It's random. I know it from the other accounts I have. I had to wait a very long time, even though I had a bigger account. I didn't have the option. So using channels is very powerful for building the relationship, closer relationship with your closer fans and closer followers.
Okay. Good to know.
A very important thing is to have a clear bio, meaning, let's say it's a brand new person coming on your account. This person needs to understand what you do and what do you offer and how to contact you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot just have your traveling date in your bio, because to a random person, it means nothing.
Yeah.
What is this? What are those flags and dates? What is that for? Like, there is no call to action. There is no email. There's no contact me. I don't know what you're doing. Some girls have not even written models on their bio, which is really bad for the search engine optimization. You should have written models somewhere, either in your handle or either in your bio. But you have a clear bio, like how people can get in touch with you. What do you do? Yeah, you have 3 lines there. So, I mean, no, now it's 3 visible, and then there are 5 if you push on the extra. But in those first 3, you should be showing, and these people should understand what are you doing and what do you offer and how to get in touch with you.
Good to know.
Yeah. If you have a bigger account, I would highly recommend to connect ManyChat to your account. It's actually, I started using it many months ago. It's really offloading a lot of DM responding and comments. It is approved by Instagram. It won't affect your account to have it connected. And you can integrate a lot of automation and it really helps to boost posts and to put the engagement in your DM too. Yes, it's very, very, very good. There are so many ways to use it, and as we spoke before about email marketing and emails, you can build up automation to collect emails from your followers.
Nice.
Yes, it's a really good one.
So I have played with ManyChat a little bit, and I am familiar with it. I kind of like have laid it to rest for now, but I'm not against picking it up again. But I think that the way that I was using it, like I was trying to set it up so that it would have an ongoing back and forth conversation with like responses that I would like come up with. But I think that I was making it too involved and too complicated. And in the end, a lot of people were,
No, it's not you.
yeah, they're like, this is a bot, it's responding right away. So maybe just
You can delay response now. So yeah, you can have 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So it's more human. Like,
yeah. I mean, if it could help me build my email list, I'm down for like getting into that again for sure.
yeah, it can, and you can connect you can connect your email provider to it, and it can all go automatically into your lists and everything. It's amazing.
Wow. Well, I'm re-inspired to start playing with again.
Yes. And coming back to the bio and the search engine optimization, because since I think it was since June, now Instagram is showing on Google search.
Oh.
So anything you write in your caption, you write on top of your photos, your bio, any written content which is on Instagram is searchable on Google. No, here comes the huge importance now on not having one inspiring quote as your caption, because that is not going to help you to be found Google if somebody is searching for art model, whatever. You need to really work on your captions and have them filled with important keywords that you wish people typed and found you with, right?
Okay.
The same with your bio, because now Instagram is a search engine.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes. Mm.
You said
Everything you're right.
since June?
Mm-hmm.
This is very new then. I haven't even heard
Yes.
of this.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
It's crazy. If you can test it and find, you will see now usually when you, let's say, search something, only YouTube would come up as videos. Now there are Instagram videos coming up. They are the reels are coming into Google search. This is, yeah, it's a game changer. You can be found. People can find you without being actually on the platform.
Wow. That's amazing and really good to know. So then the descriptions of the reels or the posts that you put in the caption are really important.
And also, I don't know if you went that deep into the settings, but when you do a post, you have also, how do you call that again? They call it, you can add keywords to your post when you create a post, like hidden keywords. So let's say you can re-describe the whole photo. And let's say, this is Laetitia. She is posing on the beach in a white swimwear in New York. And all those keywords will count as keywords, even though you didn't use them in your caption. So you can add a hidden keywords to your post, to be found.
This is all very ridiculously helpful, and I hope that everybody listening is taking notes.
I'm glad I can help. And if anybody has any question, you can feel free to message me.
Yeah.
And then this is being not enough. No, there is SEO, so search engine optimization with Google, with Instagram. Now with the new AI, we have now generative engine optimization, which means now it's not enough to be found on Google or to be found on Instagram. Now you need to be found on ChatGPT, on Croak, on Cloud, on Perplexity, because now that's where people go to do their research, right? So if you don't come up when they write, I'm looking for a boudoir model, who's gonna come up with that search and why, right? So this is a whole new now way of marketing is optimizing all your content to be found in generative engine optimization.
Wow.
And it has been found that AI is scraping all the information, 40% from Reddit, 26% from Wikipedia, 23% from YouTube. And I found in the modeling world, it's scraping from Purple-Port.
Purple-Port.
Yes.
You know, that's interesting because I have been trying to get images at the top of Google search, and I noticed that Purple-Port images show up there pretty quickly.
Yes, and they do in generative AI optimization. I found myself, I did a bit of like I was so curious to know if I would come up, and I wrote to ChatGPT, I asked, if I was a photographer and you had to recommend top 10 dance art model in the world, who would you recommend?
Mm-hmm.
And I came up as the first one. I don't want nothing, I'm just saying that for the fact of how my content is optimized for that. And I came up as a first. That does not mean that I am the first. just It's just in marketing sense, right? And it showed a lot of the purple font content came up.
Wow.
So models make sure to optimize your purple port content, refresh your bios, and write as many keywords as you can in your purple port. The castings are coming up also, not only the bios. So this is a really important thing to think about now to be found as a model now with AI.
So Purple Port, I wasn't really on there for many, many years. I had an account. I stopped logging in. They deleted my account because I didn't log in for a long time. And then I finally made a new one a few months ago because I learned that they have good engine optimization for the search results. But now that I'm learning more about how that's integrated with the generative engine optimization, I'm definitely going to go back in and look at my bio and take your advice on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it could be worth to even can be a lot of work if you have a lot of photos, but even renaming the photos with your name or with keywords, the photos that are in the portfolio, because they really, things are showing up from pop reports.
So the file name before you upload it, you mean?
No, I mean you can name the photo, like they give you the option to, whatever, title the photo.
Right, when you're uploading it to Purple Port, right?
Yeah, you can give it a title. So maybe giving a title with your name and maybe your gender of modeling could help to be found. Let's try.
Good. That's good to know. Wow. I got some work to do.
Yeah, okay, go through all your photos and rename them. Yeah, another aspect of which actually the CEO of Instagram said that 2 weeks ago, that trial reels are helping reaching new audience, and also editing your reels in the edit app is helping with more reach. So to be tested.
Yeah, I posted on my story about this the other day because I saw that Instagram had a new video editing feature that involves keyframes on how to.
Yes.
I'm aware of what keyframes are, but most people listening that aren't really into video editing might not know. But it's basically you could set a time in your video for when the zooming in stops or the speeding, the getting dark or whatever. But am I crazy, or does Instagram not still have a feature where you can make your video more saturated or less saturated or brighter or darker? Because those are the very simplest video editing tools, and I don't think that Instagram has that for video.
Maybe it's in edits now. I didn't use edit much.
Yeah.
But I think if they have it, it's inside edits because they want to compete with CapCut and they have to have proper video editing features.
And giving another chance. I'll get
Yeah. And of course, getting out of Instagram, another amazing way to don't forget about is Facebook, even though it's complicated to publish there, but Facebook groups are extremely powerful. Don't forget the demographic of photographers, a bit older than us, and they are Facebook people.
Yes, totally.
It's really important to be present there. There's just so many photography groups by gender, by cities, by you name it. There are millions of Facebook groups about photography.
Yeah. So, for example, when I think of Facebook groups and I'm trying to find photographers who might want to work with me, I might search for San Francisco model photography groups on Facebook and then just find the pre-existing groups that people have set up for the community in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, or you can go by gender. For example, I would go in ballet photography, and there are people from all over the world there and publish there. So, or you can go into black and white photography groups or
Underwater.
underwater photography. Yeah, exactly. If you have like a specific gender or boudoir photography, and there are so many groups that would show up. And then, of course, you will have to check with the admin what are the rules of publishing, if you're allowed to put some links or not, or promote yourself.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a great way to be seen by new people which are in the same, which are looking at the same interest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and another one, which is a bit newer, if you didn't open an account yet, you should definitely do Blue Sky. Very easy to post there, no issues with nudities or censorship or anything. And like I said earlier, you can have a clickable link, which is amazing.
On individual posts?
Yes, you can have clickable links, any links. You can have Patreon links, you can have OnlyFans links, you can have your website, you can have any kind of links.
Wow, I need to start utilizing that because I've been posting on Blue Sky, but I actually haven't been putting links on my posts.
No, I mean,
What?
there's like number one featured. So if you want to grow your email list, put your link to your posts on Blue Sky with the link to that leads to your email list.
Perfect. I will definitely do that. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, let's don't forget that after Google, YouTube is the second biggest search engine. So yes, we are into photography, but let's don't forget also that video is extremely important. So behind the scenes, people already love behind the scenes. If you don't have a YouTube channel yet, highly recommend to open one because it also helps with being found by people that don't know you. Also, you can also have there a bio, which helps with search engine optimization. And of course, publishing videos, maybe some hint of you posing. It helps for photographers to see you moving. It helps for fans if you want to convert for a Patreon or an OnlyFans. It helps for everything. So if you don't have one, open a YouTube channel as part of your marketing.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I finally, after 2 years of having my main account deleted on YouTube, finally started posting YouTube videos again. I'm so happy that I did because it is a great platform. It sucks how strict they've become, but it still is one of the greatest platforms, I think.
It is. Like, I just reached last week 1 million views. The rap. Yes. And so, like, finally. Yeah, it is. It is completely, you find different people there and different audience than Instagram people or Facebook people. Like,
True.
so it's a great way to reach more people. And let's don't forget that you don't always need to, let's say, record different content for different platforms. You can repurpose your content from one to the other and don't get like overwhelmed with, oh my God, now I need to record for Facebook, I need to record for Instagram, I need to record for YouTube. Like, there are ways to repurpose the content of one platform to the others. Like, if you post a reel on Instagram, you can publish a short on YouTube and a short on Facebook. Like, it's very easily, you can easily reuse your content around the platform and don't post just on one.
It's good.
And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to platforms. It's a lot of work. And of course, if you can do Reddit, because right now it's apparently where AI is finding 40% of having. So yeah, Reddit is really big for AI.
So I have a question about that, and I don't know if you have the answer to this because I have a Reddit. I haven't used it in a while, but I do have a good amount of karma on there. But a lot of the groups that I post in are like 18 plus that like allow nudity. Is like Google also going to scrape those posts if it's in an 18 plus group?
If your name is in the title of the post, it may blur it if it's plus 18, but I think it could come up. I've done the test of doing that. Like, I've posting on a lot of photography group and having my name as my title, and all those posts come up on Google.
Oh, well, I got so okay. I have other section. This is, I mean, people listening to this that are like getting into modeling or trying to revamp their marketing and listening to this episode. This all might feel very overwhelming. There's so many platforms. Do you do all of this yourself, or do you have an assistant, or what is your opinion of hiring an assistant with any of this?
I I do it all myself, but I schedule.
Okay, that's good.
I plan a lot. I don't do random. So that's why I can manage
Good.
to be everywhere. Yeah,
And that's one of those small habits that you can just schedule a few posts a few times a week, and then everything keeps on flowing, right?
exactly. And because the important part, of course, at the beginning when you're starting your marketing, you should focus on one platform, the one where you feel the best and the one where you enjoy the most. Because it also you have to like it, right? Like you cannot force yourself or do something. But over time, you should be what we call omnipresent. So it's having a presence on all the platform. Then is part of which is part of branding. Every brand is on every platform. When you think about a brand like I don't know Nike, Coca Cola, Walmart, whatever, everybody is everywhere. Right? You have to be fun on every platform and to be. It's actually to be trustworthy and to be reliable. Like to show to people that you are a brand. And it's also a way how customers, this is a way how you build trust. Because without trust, there is no business. If people find you recurringly as they go on every platform, they'll be like, oh my God, that girl, she's everywhere. She's working and she's there and she's there and she's everywhere. So it's just a way to build trust with people. And overall, on in long term plan, it works. People will be will convert into paid fans, will convert into paid shoots. Yeah.
Amazing works. Yeah. I mean, like on the topic of having assistants, like I have played with that in the past. And
Me too, once.
yeah, in summary, I do feel like being your own voice is in the end the best. Like if you can, maybe hiring an assistant for certain tasks, but maybe not for replacing your voice would be that would be my takeaway from my experiences working with assistants. I don't want them to pretend to be me, but maybe they can like organize my email inbox or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I had an assistant, but she was more there for replying my comments under my post. Stuff like that. Like not,
Engagement.
yeah, for engagement. She was there. So I had more time to focus on other things than
Yes.
replying comments.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about all of the different platforms, and we have touched a bit on email marketing, but we haven't really talked about like what is should be in your email when you are sending out your mass emails.
Well, emails should be to build a relationship, you have to tell stories, right? So this should be around storytelling. So people get to connect with you closer. Maybe stories about shoots, about your travels, about how you got into photography, what happened during your last tour, or you had some interesting stories meeting people around. Just like building a relationship. You have to, I think, and then of course you need a call to action. Every email should have some kind of call to action. Like every post should have a call to action. Like you have to tell people what to do after, right?
Yeah.
So either maybe you just reopened or reactivated your YouTube channel and you can say, hey, you want to see more free behind the scenes and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or I opened this brand new Telegram channel where I'm going to be every day publishing some exclusive things. Sign up to my Telegram channel. Or you want a closer access to me, sign up to my Patreon or my OnlyFans. And then slowly, by sending those emails, you will convert your list to paid customers. You can also, when it will come the time of the calendar, you can sell them your calendar, sell them your photo book, sell them merchandise. It's just all about first building the relationship, and then yeah, the people buy when they feel that they know you. They don't buy from strangers. Right.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So everybody listening, if you don't have an email list, get one. I mean, there's a lot of different like platforms for doing an email list.
Mhm.
I used Mint for a long time, but
I just had a terrible look. I just had a terrible story with Mailchimp.
yeah,
I can give you I can give you a warning.
yeah.
Yeah. It's they have a very weird now algorithm with they have bots which are scanning the emails. And I have used a word I used the wrong wording where I said that you can like message me privately on my OnlyFans, and they took that as a sexual solicitation.
Oh my god, really?
Yes, and they closed my Mailchimp account.
Oh my god, really?
Mhm.
Oh,
And I tried to debate with them like through email and everything, and they didn't want to hear anything. They said
wow.
if the boat took it that way, it means what it meant, and that's it. So
And Mailchimp is honestly, they're overpriced and they have a lot of cool features, but it's like you don't need all those features.
yeah, I changed now, and I'm very happy. It's much cheaper, and it's actually much better too. I changed provider. I was switched Kit.
Kit.
It used to call ConvertKit. Now it calls Kit,
Cool.
and it's amazing. It's much cheaper than Mailchimp, and it's so much more intuitive. And yeah, it's better.
Cool.
I find it better.
I switched to Mailer Lite and it's a lot cheaper as well and a lot easier to use. So, yeah, I mean, those are probably both good options.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on to talking about what's going on with this AI era.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about it. It is very overwhelming. It's just you try to learn and try to update yourself about it, and it just keeps on growing quicker than you can learn. But yeah, overall, I don't know. In photography, it's also getting more and more. The photos are getting more and more real, right?
Yes, they are.
It is a bit. Well, I don't think that for art new it's affecting because people are booking models for the connections, for the experience, for the creation purpose. So
Yes.
I don't think it's really affecting us in a way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think that AI is gonna replace me as far as it comes to personal one-on-one, like in-person shoots. But I mean, maybe like people who are like buying photos online might end up buying some AI photos, whether they realize it or not.
Yeah, instead of like fine art prints, you mean?
Yeah, fine art prints, or I mean, like I've even found, and this is before AI even, but I know that AI makes this technology a lot easier. I found deep fake videos of somebody has stitched my face onto porn videos, and that affected some people that came into my OnlyFans thinking that that really was me and that they were going to get content like that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
I was freaked out at first, but I got over it, honestly. Like, crazy though.
Yeah.
So being found on Google, like, isn't just enough. Like, we got to step into the next stage of the 21st century and optimize all of our various social presences for AI to be able to find our information and include it in generative searches.
That's right. That's right. And purple port looking like it's being the one for modeling so far.
Yeah. What about Modern Society also has shown up pretty frequently at the top of Google search too. I wonder if they're being scraped by AI or if they just have good SEO.
I did find few models came up with Model Society too. Yeah, so I think those two platforms are the only two that came up.
Yeah. Definitely not Model Mayhem. And my Pinterest
There's years behind.
yeah, Pinterest used to show up for me, but not anymore. It doesn't feel like my Pinterest stuff is on the top of
No.
search anymore.
No, and it's not well connected with AI Pinterest. It's really low.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be great, but yeah, that's good. It's just really good to be aware of like what platforms are integrating with like the newest technology and how to get the word out that we exist.
Okay. So yeah, mainly being to resume having a good SEO caption on Instagram will help you to be found on Google, and having all your bios on your model profile really well optimized with the keywords that you wish people to find you with. You should be good.
Nice. Cool. Well, let's move on to some of the lessons that we've learned over the course of getting used to this marketing world for being a model.
Yeah, I had like a really weird story. The first year I was modeling and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do my first calendar." I lost my website and I lost my Instagram and my Facebook the same month when I was launching my calendar.
What? Oh my God.
Yes, I had somebody put a virus on my website and it was completely unusable. Like I was, you could not click on anything, nothing was linking, nothing was working properly.
Oh my God.
And of course, I lost my Facebook and my Instagram accounts in the same moment. And that's what one thing I will repeat. And I say it to everybody, I can don't connect your Facebook and your Instagram,
Oh,
because when you have one, you lose the other.
oh my gosh. I need to
Don't
disconnect
connect
them.
them. Yeah. Don't connect them. And yeah, that's from personal experience. Do what you want. But so when that happened, I had still my calendar for sale. So I was extremely happy in that moment that I had my email list and I was able to sell that calendar without any social media and without a website,
Yeah.
just with the email list. So it's an important thing.
Yeah. You know, before we started this podcast, I logged into my legacy Model of Mayhem account that I opened in 2008 because I was like, you know what? I want to look at the ways that I used to communicate with photographers. And I was reading a lot of my messages back and forth within the first 2 years of me modeling. And I mean, to be fair, at the time, I didn't think that modeling was going to become full time for me. Like, I had another job at a restaurant while I was making these messages on Model Mayhem, but a lot of my responses when a photographer said, "Hey, do you wanna shoot on Saturday?" Sometimes I respond with, "Oh, I'm planning on partying over the weekend, so that's probably not gonna work," or, "I think I might go skiing," or something like that, so that's probably not gonna work, and so I was definitely my vibe was that, "Oh, this isn't that important to me," because honestly, at that time, it wasn't, but I do remember looking back after I became a full-time model, looking back on my partying days when I was just kind of loosey-goosey, booking shoots here and there for funsies, and I'm like, "Man, I hope I didn't, like, shoot myself in the foot. It's gonna destroy my career forever," because I had a lot of cringe communication experiences that were definitely where I was in the wrong, and if I could go back and, like, just market myself properly from the beginning, I probably feel like I would be maybe it's been a long time since then, so I can't say I'd be in a better place right now, but at least it probably would have launched a little earlier, you know?
Yeah. And people talk, right?
Yeah.
They do. And once you write somebody one way, they're like, "Oh, did you see how she write to me?" Yeah.
Fortunately for me, 2008 was really before social media was like everybody's mode of communication. So hopefully that's all just buried and in the past. So whatever like successes or failures have you experienced in your marketing journey?
Well, I can say a lot of book shoots, a lot of success from that part. I successfully also sold out my previous photo book, Timeless, uh, currently not available anymore. And yeah, and then building a recurring monthly income through Patreon and OnlyFans is, I think, something which every traveling model should not put aside, because it gives you an extreme freedom to choose your shoes. and to don't just say yes to everything. So because you have to think also when you're doing your branding and your marketing and your social media, you're yes reaching the photography niche,
Mhm.
the real photographers, but a lot of the followers are just followers. They are just fans, right? And this is a huge part of the business as a freelance model. It's to monetize your fans, so your followers to fans. So yeah, don't forget that part of the marketing.
Yes.
It's a different messaging. You have to know when you are talking to photographers, when you are talking to your fans, and of course, when you do your messaging in your email marketing, you also have to split your list and know to who you're talking to. But extremely important when it comes to being a freelance model
Yeah.
to monetize that part because booking shoots is great, but you are selling your time.
Exactly.
And you only have 24 hours in your day and you have one body and there's as many poses as you can do and as young as you are going to be. So Patreon and OnlyFans are endless. It's endless income. You can grow it infinite. So don't take that part. Don't forget about that part.
Yeah.
Not only about booking shoots.
Yeah. Right. I fully agree. And I started my Patreon actually almost exactly 10 years ago. And I'm so glad that I did because just like you said, it gives me the power to say no to shoots that I don't want to because I'm not like making all of my
Financially.
yeah, I'm not financially in need of every shoot opportunity that comes my way. So that's like the greatest gift that Patreon. I mean, OnlyFans helps too. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the platform of OnlyFans itself for various reasons, mainly the pirating on there, but I've found ways to like reduce the pirating and so anyway, I love both platforms, don't get me wrong. Patreon I like a little bit better.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that is good to have. I think it's good to have both. I feel
Cool.
it's a good mix.
All right. Well, so in summary, let's conclude like all the main takeaways that we've talked about. So we've gone over a lot of information for sure.
Yes. One being marketing is not optional. If you are on social media, you have to find a way to monetize what you're doing. If not, why are you on social media? Why are you spending all that time in there?
Yeah.
And it is the bridge between your art and your audience, and marketing is everything. Without marketing, there is no sales.
Yeah. Yep. It's part of the business and we all gotta like do our part to express ourselves through our online presences. Otherwise, how are your fans or your clients going to find you?
Exactly.
Yeah. It is a business for sure.
Yeah, every model and photographer needs to think like a business owner, not just like, and have the confidence about it. Have the believe in yourself, believe in your art, and be authentic with it. And you will attract the people that want to follow you.
Amazing. Well, Letitia, this has been a really fantastic episode. I think it's going to be really popular with the followers. If you could give one final motivational note just to like, seal it off, like what would you like to leave us with?
I would say you are your own brand, and your brand deserves to be seen.
That's amazing. Lastly, I know that we had talked earlier about how you have an online coaching program.
Yes, I do help aspiring models, but not only. I also help now models which are like full time with their branding, with their marketing, with communication, strategy, how to optimize their business. Yes, I help. I help at the moment. I help one on one because I found that everybody is at a different stage and everybody needs something different from me.
Yes.
So this is like at the moment my best way to to help everybody. It is one-on-one. I don't know how long it's going to stay that way, but at the moment it is via one-on-one calls.
So, if somebody listening wants to hire you for this service, how can they reach out to you about that?
The best way is I have my Instagram account that's specifically for that. It's Art Model Academy, and can send me a DM there. I'll be happy to help and see how I can help you, depending on which stage in your modeling you're at.
That's awesome.
I want my knowledge.
I think that's awesome that you provide that as a service. I know that it's a lot of work to go through that and to help somebody individually with their personal struggles and how they can specifically target your advice for them and how it works, for everybody's independent journey. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this deep dive on marketing with me. I think that it's gone really well.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy I could share some of my knowledge, and I hope it helps our listeners to market themselves better and to be fun
Awesome.
and share art.
Well, thank you so much, Laetitia. I'm really excited to share this. I'm going to try to have it out by tomorrow because
That's quickly.
I know. Thursdays are usually the days in the past that my episodes have been released, and the editing I've come up with a way that it's streamlined. So
Cool.
yeah, trying to stick with my pattern of having them come out on Thursdays is a goal of mine. So yeah, I'm trying to stick to that.
Okay, good. Is it too long?
No. It's I could break it into two parts, but I think it's great just to keep it all in one episode. So yeah, but I'm glad that we had a plan of attack and we talked about how we want to deliver the information. I think that we did it in a very clear and concise way, and hopefully it can help a lot of people out there figure out their marketing and become more successful.
Yeah. Yes. And just for I will give you some links that you will attach to it and stuff, or maybe in, I don't know, the photo, which photo you want, or
Oh yeah, definitely.
even one you want.
If you want to email me a photo or whatever, I'll incorporate that into the thumbnail. And yeah, any links that you want me to put in the description, I'll definitely. So if you're listening, you want a easy place to find all these links, you can check out the show notes of the podcast episode. They'll all be there. All right. Well,
You prefer like a